I'm a 23-year-old college student in Portland, and like most broke students, I'm always hunting for deals online. Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, you name it, I've used it. I've done dozens of meetups for everything from textbooks to furniture, and honestly, it's always been fine. A little awkward sometimes, sure, but fine. That changed 3 weeks ago. I was looking for a vintage film camera for my photography class, something cheap but functional. I found the perfect listing, a Canon AE-1 for $80, which was a steal. The seller's profile seemed normal enough. His name was Marcus, maybe mid-40s in his profile picture, and he had a few other listings for camera equipment. I mean, he looked legit. We agreed to meet at 7 p.m. in the parking lot of a shopping center near my apartment. It was one of those half-empty strip malls with a grocery store that closed at 6. Looking back, I should have suggested somewhere busier, but I just wanted to get it over with. I got there a few minutes early and parked under one of the few working streetlights. The lot was pretty empty, just a couple cars scattered around. I texted Marcus that I'd arrived, and he said he'd be there in 5 minutes. 10 minutes passed. Then 15. I was about to leave when I saw headlights approaching. An old white van pulled up next to my car, and I felt my stomach drop a little. I know, vans have a bad reputation, but plenty of normal people drive them, right? I tried to shake it off. The driver's window rolled down, and a man leaned out. It was Marcus from the profile picture, but something felt off. His smile was too wide, and he just stared at me for a second longer than felt natural. "You here for the camera?" he asked. "Yeah, that's me," I said, trying to sound casual. Great. Why don't you come around to the side? I've got it back here." He gestured to the van's sliding door. Every instinct in my body screamed no, but I didn't want to seem paranoid or rude. Maybe I was just being crazy. I mean, the guy was selling a camera, not asking me to get inside. I walked around slowly, keeping my keys in my hand. Marcus had already gotten out and was standing by the sliding door. He opened it, and I peered inside. The back of the van was weird. There was camera equipment, sure, but also blankets piled up, some plastic containers, and what looked like a sleeping bag. It smelled musty, like someone had been living in there. "Sorry about the mess," Marcus said, his voice suddenly closer than I expected. "I do a lot of photography gigs, so I basically live out of here sometimes." "No worries," I muttered, watching him dig through a box. That's when I noticed his hands were shaking. Not like nervous shaking, more like excited shaking. And he kept glancing at me, then back at the box, like he was checking if I was still there. "Here it is," he finally said, pulling out the camera. I took it and examined it quickly. It looked fine, just like the pictures. But something wasn't right. I couldn't put my finger on it. "Do you want to test it?" Marcus asked. "I've got batteries in the van. We could take a few shots right here." "No, that's okay," I said quickly. "I trust you. Let me just..." Before I could finish, his phone rang. He answered it immediately, turning away from me. "Yeah, I'm here," he said into the phone. "She's right here with me." I felt my heart pound. She's right here? Who was he talking to? I should have trusted my instincts right then. I should have just left. Marcus ended the call and turned back to me, that too wide smile returning. "Sorry about that. So, cash, right?" "Yeah," I said, pulling out my wallet with trembling hands. As I counted the bills, I heard it, a sound from inside the van. A scraping sound, like something being dragged. I froze, my eyes darting to the dark interior. "What was that?" I asked. "What was what?" Marcus's smile didn't falter. "That sound. From inside the van." "Oh, probably just equipment shifting around. These things are packed tight, you know." But I heard it again. And this time, I could swear it sounded like a muffled voice. My hands started shaking as I shoved the money at him. "Here. I need to go." "Wait, don't you want a case for it?" "I've got..." "No, I'm good thanks." I turned and walked as fast as I could toward my car without running. I could feel his eyes on my back, burning into me. My hands fumbled with my keys, and I dropped them once before finally getting the door open. As I started my car, I glanced in my rearview mirror. Marcus was still standing there, watching me. He hadn't moved. He was just standing there in the dark parking lot, his hands at his sides, staring. I drove away way too fast, my heart hammering in my chest. About an hour later, when I'd finally calmed down at home, I got a text from an unknown number. "You left so quickly. Did I do something wrong?" I blocked the number immediately and reported the conversation to the police the next day. I told them about the sound in the van, the weird phone call, everything. They said they'd look into it, but I never heard back. Here's the thing that keeps me up at night. 2 days after our meetup, Marcus's listing disappeared. Not just the camera. His entire profile was gone. Like he'd never existed. I still have the camera. It works fine. But sometimes when I look through the viewfinder, I think about what might have happened if I'd agreed to test it in that parking lot. If I'd spent just a few more minutes by that van. To this day, I still meet sellers for online purchases. I'm not going to let one creep ruin it for me. But now I only meet in broad daylight, in crowded places, and I always tell someone exactly where I'm going. And I never, ever meet anyone who drives a van. Looking back, I realize how lucky I was to listen to that voice in my head, even if it took me too long. Because I'm pretty sure that sound I heard wasn't equipment shifting. I'm pretty sure it was someone else.